All right. Well, good morning, everyone. It is 9:02 a.m. Our starting time here on April 25th, 2022. Thank you guys for taking time out of your busy week to spend it with me. Wow, I feel very honored that you would want to spend the first hours of your week with me. Thank you very much. I will train you and give you all the updates that are necessary to make you successful out there in the world. Just as a reminder, I know we're going into the slower season, so everyone should be able to make the call. But just in case you can't and you have a client appointment at 9 o'clock on Mondays, just know that these calls are being recorded, and we usually get them out later in the week. With that said, though, you may miss some opportunities because we might have some things on Tuesday, and if I don't get the call out by Wednesday or Thursday, the recorded call, you might miss some of that stuff. But just make sure that you're subscribed to our YouTube channel. You can find us out there, Health Plan Markets. Just type it in and you'll see our logo. If you need help with that, just let a team member know. So as we normally start here, we are here to improve the lives of our community with affordable health care. But how can we do that if we don't know what we're talking about? So we have to keep one foot in the classroom and the other one in the field at all times. So let's jump into our training calendar for the week. Those of you that are online, you'll be able to see my screen here, and I will pull up the trainings for the week. We got lots and lots and lots of trainings coming up as we're moving into training season. Believe it or not, in about a month and a half, we'll start our AHIP and all that other good stuff for 2023. But in the meantime, it's a good idea to get synced up, linked up with all the cool things that we got going on. So first thing is our marketing match program. The first one is at 10 o'clock this morning, but we are running those throughout the week. That's the 50-50 marketing split campaigns. If you're looking to invest in yourself, we are willing to invest with you. So that means mailers, tabletops, special events, whatever it is that you want to spend money on to invest in yourself. We are 50-50 with you on that. Later today at noon, Sergio, Victor, and Nick will be available for marketing support. That's at noon today. We also have ACA training still happening. That's going on throughout the week as well. The session is today at 1. We also have Clever RX. That's that discount prescription drug card available to you. This is a lead gen opportunity. Okay, you need to look at it as a lead gen opportunity. And when you jump in that webinar, you'll know what I mean. So that's at 3 o'clock today. We also have HPM Shop, which we're going to talk about a little bit today as well. That is available today at 7 p.m. because I know many of you are very busy until then. And we have trainings throughout the week on that as well. So you do have access to the training calendar. Please make sure you look at that. But I do want to highlight a couple of special things going on throughout the week. Tuesday, tomorrow, Cigna is doing 5-star training. 5-star training. I know many of you keep asking me about the 5-star. Please know your 5-star because this is how you make money through lock-in. This is the time to do it. I know some of you are forgetting that Cigna has a 5-star plan, but this goes across all 5-star plans. This training session is very much available and ready for you. That's tomorrow at 9 o'clock. Also, tomorrow at 1 o'clock, Connecture, which is the company that built HPM Shop, is doing solutions for the member journey. And this really talks about onboarding your clients, finding the right plan for them, and ensuring that they've got what they need. Really great series. That's at 1 o'clock tomorrow. Jumping over to Thursday, special event there. Devoted is doing a coffee and chat session. This is for the Jacksonville market at 11:30 in Jacksonville. But this is geared towards anyone that's selling Devoted. If you need an update, you can jump on that session 11:30 on Thursday. Moving over to Friday. Friday, we've got Devoted SNP training, special needs plans. Really great training from Devoted. That's at 9 o'clock on Friday. Mark your calendars. You need to know how to market DSNPs. Okay, so this is a really great training for that. You can register there. Just click the registration button as normal and you can get on there and you're good to go. All right. That is pretty much it. It looks like there's a Saturday session for Optum. It's an overview of their care management program. That's on Saturday at 4 o'clock. So if you're interested in learning more about Optum, really important if you're working their clinics that you jump onto these things because they might stump you and then you might not be able to get an opportunity. So please make sure you know what's going on with Optum and their programs if you're working those centers. So that is the training for the week. And I hope everyone takes full advantage of that. As a reminder, we do have webinars that are ongoing throughout the week, including our doctor trainings. We're going to talk a lot about doctors this morning. That training session is available at joinhpm.com/webinars. In fact, I will pop it in the chat just so everyone can go out there and ensure that you know and save that website there, webinars. So you can click that link and that'll take you to all the webinars. That's got Doctor Part 1, Doctor Part 2. It's got the Clever RX. It's got the ACA training. It's got the deep dive for HPM Shop. It's got the live training for HPM Shop. Lots and lots of good stuff on there. And the Marketing Match program. Let's not forget that. So if you're not familiar with any of those things, if you haven't been on a webinar yet, please jump on that to make sure that you're up and running on everything that needs to happen. Okay, shifting gears. We have a special event this week on Wednesday. Those of you in Central Florida or even West Florida or anywhere in Florida, if you'd like to join live, we are doing a live special event at Drive Shack. The event starts at 3:30. We should be out of there by 5:30-ish or so. Unless you want to golf, we've got some bays available. This event is sponsored by Simply Healthcare. This is an advisor meeting. We've got some big updates and big news to share with you. We really do hope that you can make that event. That is this Wednesday at 3:30 p.m. The 27th. I know the email went out and it said the 7th. It's actually the 27th. And then some of you saw 2 o'clock. It's actually 3:30 p.m. At the Drive Shack in Orlando in the Lake Nona area. I highly recommend that you guys make the journey. We are going to unleash some very new, big, and powerful partnerships that is going to bring massive tech changes to your life and client support. Yes, I said client support, big client support on how, getting help and assistance when your clients call you and they can't get their oxygen tank, they can't get their referrals, they don't have an ID card. Instead of jamming yourself up with that, we now have a system to really take over a lot of the customer service issues that you may have. So please come and learn about this. That's on Wednesday this week. If you haven't RSVP'd, I sent out the RSVP link again this morning. We sent it out last week as well. We will have food, we'll have drinks, we'll have a good time. I promise it won't be super boring. It'll be worth your time. I promise. So please make the journey if you can. Talking about that tech, okay? Many of you are getting picked off. Your clients are getting picked off by call centers. I know this for a fact. I just got 2 phone calls last week. Hey, my numbers got stolen from me. Okay, well, how did that happen? Lo and behold, it's call centers. So there are some really bad eggs out there as far as call centers. There are agents that are calling that are, shouldn't be outbound calling. We know this. It's happening. It's life. There's not much we can do about it except ask our members to report the incident to CMS. Okay. If you get a hold of the agent, I recommend possibly reporting that to the actual plan that person enrolled in. So that way, we can escalate this and clean things up. We don't want this out in our industry. Obviously, this is what gives us all a black eye, and we don't want that, right? So, but why am I mentioning that? We need to build a fence around our clients, okay? We need to build a fence around our clients. How do we build a fence around our clients? Well, the first thing is you need to be in constant communication with your clients. You need to be in constant communication with your clients. What does that mean? I'm talking about emails. I'm talking about text messages. I'm talking about phone calls. Yes, I know, the almighty phone call. I'm talking about special events. Okay. I know many of you are afraid to call your clients. Maybe not afraid, but nervous or uneasy to call your clients because maybe you don't know what to talk about. Or maybe you're afraid that it's going to open a can of worms and you're going to have all these issues. Well, do you want the issues and retain the member, or do you want to ignore the issues and then your member leaves you? Let me repeat that. Do you want to ignore the issues and your member leaves you, or do you want to attack those issues and retain your members? Okay. In my opinion, you are the highest paid customer service reps in the world. Okay. Anyone can fill out an application. Anyone can fill out an application. My 85-year-old grandmother went online and filled out an online application. They don't need you to fill out an application. That is not your job, to fill out an application. Your job is service. Service, service, service. So if you haven't touched your members, if you haven't talked to your members in a while, this is a very good time of year to do so. Invest in your clients. Invest time in your clients. Go out there, call them, make it a special point. Send them a thank you note. You know, what the hey, thank you so much for being my client. That will go so far. When was the last time that the person that sold your car sent you a thank you note? How about your electric company? It doesn't happen in the world today, right? Be that differentiator. Send a thank you card. Show some appreciation to your clients. Do a special client event. All of these things are very, very important. But if you want to protect yourself against the Joe Namaths and the JJs of the world, where these people are calling to get information and they're misled and they're transferred to an agent to enroll them, if you want to protect your book of business, you got to build a fence around them. The way to build the fence around them is by being in constant communication. Now, obviously, don't send an email, text, and phone number all at the same time. What I would recommend, this is my recommendation, is by talking to your members once a month, do one communication channel at a time. So 1 month, you're sending out a text message. The next month, you're sending something in the mail. The next month, you're doing an email, and so on and so forth, right? And each time that you're talking to your member, you want to collect other data points. So if you don't have their cell phone, maybe ask for their cell phone. If you don't have their mailing address because they moved, to ask them for their mailing address. If you don't have their Facebook handle, ask them for their Facebook handle. If you're missing their email address, ask them for their email address. So you want to fill those data points with relevant information. So the next time that you go to send something out, you want to send out good information, and what do you talk about to your members? Hey, here's 3 easy things that you could talk about. Number 1, how's your doctors treating you? How is everything working at the physician level? Are you happy with your primary care doctor? Are you getting your referrals? Are you getting everything that you need on your care? That's important. And then they're going to look like a superhero on that, right? The second thing is, are you using all of your benefits? You could remember what that person was excited about. They were excited about the gym membership. Did they even go to the gym membership? Okay. OTC, that's a big one, right? Dental benefits. Are they accessing their dental benefits, right? So there's 2 things. And the third thing is let them know what you're doing. If you have an event, if you're at a Walmart, if you're doing some kind of special event, invite them out there too, And here's the greatest part. Tell them to bring a friend, because that friend is a referral. Okay. But be in constant communication with your members. I'm going to shift gear here and talk about sales or closing and all that good stuff. One thing that I've noticed that's happening out there is many of you are using HPM Shop, and thank you for using HPM Shop. But you're using HPM Shop and you're sending out a quote, or maybe you're sending out the actual enrollment link, and that's great. But if you don't follow up on that, that is your fault. If they do not enroll, if you do not follow up on your quotes, if you do not follow up on your enrollment link, that is your fault for not getting the sale. Okay. So HPM Shop is built specifically, I'm going to share my screen here. On the dashboard, the very front page of this thing, when you first log in, is all the things that you need to do. Okay. So you can see my quotes here. I need to follow up with John Smith, and it tells me what due date that I put it in. I need to do my scopes. Very important. Make sure you get your scopes done. And then your mymedicare.gov connections. These are all places. So this is a good working workstation for your sales and your enrollments. If this isn't the first stop on your day, it should be one of the first stops in your day. If you're not going to your dashboard first, then it needs to be at least one of the first places that you stop every day. because this will tell you exactly what you need to do for your next enrollment. That is, if you have things in the pipeline, of course. So if you haven't been following up and not closing the sale, please go back, check your leads. Just because you sent a quote doesn't mean that they enrolled. Just because you send an enrollment link doesn't mean that they enrolled. Okay? It's up to you to follow through. Hey, Mrs. Jones, I sent out that enrollment link last Thursday, but I see you didn't enroll yet. Do you need some help? Is there any way I can help you with that? Would you like me to jump in and let's get this thing completed for you? This is your job, guys. Get them through the finish line. If you don't get them through the finish line, you're going to lose 20% of your income. You're going to lose 20% of your income from things like this, where you just don't follow all the way through. I can guarantee you, between everyone on this call right now, you probably have collectively 5 to 10 sales out there that's happened to, that you can go back out and get very, very easily. Okay. Follow up, follow up, follow up. Very big part of our jobs. Okay. I know how we are as agents. We say, ooh, shiny, and we go on to the next thing. Or we get a phone call and they're like, come over right now and enroll me. And you lose track, right? I get it. I've been there. I know what it's like, but you've got to keep your eye on the ball with the other 80% of the business that you work so hard to collectively get to. That 80% is really where you need to live, okay? The 20% of the easy sales, yeah, they come, I know. And then you're wondering, what do I do? Well, go back, go back, go back. Look at your records, look at your notes, look at your leads, look at your, consent to contacts. Go back there and recontact these members. If you called them and you left a voicemail, send them a text. If you got their email, send them an email. Be tenacious. This is your job. This is your salary, right? Please don't lose those opportunities. I think Jonathan runs reports every week. We talk about unfinished applications, incomplete applications, and they're out there. And it's because of these quotes that are just lingering out there, or applications that have been lingering out there that just have not been completed. So don't waste your time chasing sales when you've got some in the pipeline already. Okay. Big, big sales tip there. I can guarantee you some of you will come home with 2 applications today just from, or today or this week, just from following up on your old leads and your old clients and all that good stuff. Guaranteed. Okay. Let's talk about events. Events is big, big, big. We are learning that, seminars may not be as successful as they used to be in the past. Some of you that have been experimenting with seminars, have found that even the educationals, it's hard to really drive people there. People are still being very, very cautious about the world we live in today. But what we are finding is informal sales events are really starting to tick up. Informal sales events are really starting to move the needle. So what is an informal sales event? Now, I'm wearing a tie today, those of you that can see me on camera, and I always remember this. If I'm wearing a tie, it's a formal event and I am presenting, right? I want to present myself in the best of my nature. So I'm wearing a tie and I'm doing a formal event. So I'm presenting, right? That's how I remember that. Informal event is if I did not have a tie on, I had my polos and maybe my shorts because it's 9,000 degrees outside in Florida, and I'm at a tabletop. Informal tabletop, right? Informal events can be hosted at a doctor's office, at open houses, at grocery stores, at health fairs, wherever it is. These informal sales events are starting to really tick up. So if you're not doing informal sales events, you are going to miss the boat. If you are not doing informal sales events right now, you are going to miss the boat. There are people that are starting to come out of their hibernation and they are really exploring the world. And those agents that are doing tabletops are getting leads. And these agents are the top producers because of activity, activity, activity. Okay. If you need help setting up an informal tabletops, please let us know. We are going to be working on a tabletop training shortly, but tabletops are really, really successful right now. You got to find traffic, places with high traffic. If you're setting a tabletop on the side of the street with no traffic, you're going to have no results there. So obviously make it make it worth your while on these tabletops. Grocery stores, pharmacies, doctors' offices. Doctors' offices. We have more doctors' offices than we know what to do with right now. And we're going to talk about that in a moment. So please take a look at your sales events, tabletops. If you need that, please let us know. We've got most of all the supplies necessary, but you really should have your own table. You should have your own, whatever it is that you need. If you have your own pull-up banner, you are marketing you. It's your business. You want to market you, and it's really important that you take that into consideration. Now, another thing that I'll say about informal tabletops, that is, if you are working with these doctor reps, if you're working with the MSO reps, the marketing reps that are out there right now. I talked to an agent last week. He's already so busy with just one rep that's out there getting him tabletops, getting him into food drives, getting him into doctor's offices. He doesn't need the bird dog anymore. He's got somebody doing it for him. If you're not utilizing those relationships, if you're not making friends with the doctor reps, the marketing reps, and by the way, just in Central Florida, I think there's over like 70 marketing reps available to work with. 70. And I'm just talking about the doctor side. You add in like the carrier side, there's probably even more. So there are plenty of reps to kick it tight with, okay? You're not going to hit it off with everybody. And some reps are busier than others. And some reps are better than others. And some reps are full to the brim and they've got their people and that's it. I get it. But you got to find a person that you are their people, right? You got to get in as you are their people. So that means introducing yourself, taking them to lunch, grabbing coffee with them, grabbing a beer with them, whatever it is it takes. Go out there and meet these doctor reps. If you need help with that, please reach out to Mr. Nick Street. He is on the call and he is very available and he's hearing everything I'm saying right now because he has a lot of doctors to plug agents in. Some of these places you might have to drive a little bit, but it is going to be worth your while. Now, before I go on to AEP, because we need to start thinking about that, we've got some opportunities. So let's start with the doctors. We've got opportunities with Centerwell. We've got opportunities with Dedicated, which is ChenMed. We've got opportunities with Aegis. We've got opportunities with Oak Street Health in places like Georgia and other parts of the country. So with doctors, Nick, do you want to talk maybe a little bit about some of the opportunities that are out there with the physicians today?
Sure. So if you, and I've said this before, guys, and if you do not have a providers group right now that you are working with, you're missing part of your book of business potential and growing that. They're the number 2 lead source. So how do you get in touch with me? By email, by phone, flag me down in the office. I don't care. You tell me. I did a training last week with a newer agent and I'm here to help you guys. I'm sending out an email here this morning with the part 1 and part 2. If you haven't seen that, or maybe you registered and you didn't attend it because maybe you had something else going on, it's recorded now, so you can watch it on the YouTube channel, and I'm sending you the link to it. So you might be an experienced agent, you might be a brand new agent. It doesn't matter. You're going to pick up nuggets from this by just viewing these videos. You don't have to watch them all in one setting. I know it's hard to sit down sometimes and watch a whole long setting of a video.
Especially with you and me on it.
Yeah. we try to make it as entertaining as possible, but it's insurance, so it's not always the most exciting. But we try. But no, if you have doctors, we have offices that are Centerwell, we have Physician Partners, we have Aegis, we have these are just some of the big players. We have Village Medical that are in the Walgreens, which is perfect if you know how to say hi to people when they walk in through the door, right? So some of these have better foot traffic than others. Some of these, like Justin just said, you're gonna connect and meet with better than others, and that's okay. Not everybody's, not every office is for everybody. So if you don't have one, please let me know, because I don't know how to help you if you don't let me know how to help you. So if I don't hear from you, I think all is fine. So if you're wanting an office, reach out to me. I'll put my email in the chat and my cell phone in the chat.
Already did.
Oh, it's
There you
already
go.
there. So anyways, so yeah, reach out to me, guys, because we do have a lot of offices, and now's the time to set this up, not during AEP.
Mhm.
Now, that way you can get going now on these options. So
Perfect.
plenty of them out there.
Yeah, and like Nick said, we had a meeting with actually a carrier group last week, and in conjunction with the doctor's offices, they are allowing us to work some Winn-Dixie plazas in West Florida. So if you're in West Florida, I think they have about 20 something stores to kind of choose from, and we're going to work our best at bringing that into Central Florida and in other places as well, just from those relationships. But Sergio's sending me coded messages here, and he's reminding everybody that there's other doctors' offices to work, like Metro Health. They have 5 offices across Central Florida. FMC, 20 something offices in the west side of Florida. CareMax is across the country. So there's other doctors' offices out there. But also, as a reminder, Sergio's reminding us that churches, dollar stores, community events. I remember when he was at WellCare, we had to do 1 or even 2 events a day, and that was a requirement. Some carriers require their captive agents to do 2 events a day, and that's why these guys are throwing down 20 to 30 apps a month, because they're doing so much activity. They're out in front of people, and they're generating traffic. So utilizing the doctor's relationships, like what Nick said, utilizing those reps, utilizing what you know in the business, and just getting in front of people. That's the magic, guys. Everything else kind of falls in place once you have traffic, and once you have leads, and once you have people that you can talk to. Don't be a secret agent. If you're hoping that your phone rings, hope is not a strategy. And one of my favorite sayings from an agent, Claire used to say, "They ain't gonna walk through your living room." That's one of my favorite sayings. They ain't gonna walk through your living room. So you got to go to them. You got to figure out where they work, where they play, where they pray, where they eat, where they shop. Figure it out, guys. I know you can.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Nick.
So something else on that too is, I named the offices that we have relationships and that we're building with right now, but maybe those don't entice you. If you have an office that's maybe right near your house and I really want that office, let me know. If you don't know how to go into it, if you don't know how to make that first call, let me know. I'll walk in with you if I can. Best way to get a hold of me is just send me several dates that work for yourself, and I'll make it happen, adjusting my schedule around.
Mhm.
Or if you just want to call and like last week, I walked a couple through just what's that first call look like? How do you make that first call? Some ideas that maybe you didn't think of, or maybe you did, and we can elaborate on. But let me be your resource. Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thanks, Nick. Okay, guys, we're at the top of our call here, but I want to thank everyone for being on the call. As a reminder, this Wednesday, 4/27 at 3:30, we're going to be at the Drive Shack. Please RSVP, save your bay. We're going to do some golfing. We got food, we got drinks, we got some very important information and some great technology we're going to be rolling out on Wednesday. I really hope that you make some time. I will be there personally to answer any of your questions, concerns, or rude remarks. I will be there in person to handle those. So please make the journey. I would really, really appreciate it. I promise you it'll be worth your time. You'll be happy that you came. So please RSVP. I sent you guys out an email last week and then also this morning, as well as a text message. And by the way, if you're not receiving our text message, please get with a team member so we can set you up with text messaging. We want to ensure that you get the information first before your competitors do. All right, guys. I hope you have a fantastic week. Go out there and help as many people as you can. I hope you have a wonderful day.